Come on. What's going on with this information here? Something's happening. Not upcoming streams. I want to see that I'm live. What's going on? Am I live? I don't know if I'm live. Something's going on. What the heck is happening? I don't know what is going on. It's You're live, man. Okay, I see some messages. For some reason, this is acting up. It's being weird. I mean, I try and get ahead of the game, and get everything situated, and then it's just being super weird. I think we're definitely on YouTube. I saw that. We're live on, are we live on, we're live on X. Yes, I see 30 people that are watching. Thank you guys for watching. And then also let's check if we are live on Rumble. So it looks like we are, but again, it gave me the wrong title and thumbnail. Perfect. Just what I needed. Give me a second. We'll dive into everything of what's going on. But I have to change this because I don't know. All right, everything has been changed. Perfect. All right, good. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. For more of these live streams, for more of the videos, and everything related to cryptocurrency or even stocks. I mean, most of the stock content is on my second channel. Of course, that's not going to work. YouTube needs to fix some stuff. All right. So again, if you guys want to sign up for Margex, feel free to sign up for Margex. The link to Margex is in the description. And what you could do on this platform is you can trade up to 100x leverage. Currently trading comp and some other things. Actually, with the dip that we did see, two of my positions got liquidated. So with that dip that we ended up seeing, I saw Solana that went down to like 84. I ended up picking up more at a lower level, and did it at an 8x leverage. So we're gonna see how that does play out. The full liquidation price on that would be $77. But basically what I do within this is I want to test out a certain type of portfolio where you're using other people's money in order to make yourself money. But again, it's just a test to see what the levels are and how close to the bottom you really have to be, because cryptocurrency, you don't have to, for investing in general, you don't have to predict exactly where the bottom is per se, but you have to predict where the bottom range is, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I've been doing here with Margex. But certain things are still negative, certain things are down quite a bit. But I just want to make things known. I'm gonna let people know about this mainly in the Patreon and the HG access. So anyways, if you guys want to sign up for Margex and start trading with margin, little margin here, little margin there, feel free to do so. The link is in the description, or actually it's in the chat and in the description. Right now, the crypto market is, let me go ahead and refresh this. Crypto market is down by less than 1%. We're seeing that, let's scroll down here. We're seeing that, Bitcoin is currently at a $44,000 mark. So even though everything else has kind of decreased quite a bit, I wouldn't say Bitcoin really fell that hard, right? You see it up in the last 7 days by 3.67%, but then you see things like Solana that's down by 12 or 13% in the last 7 days. So Bitcoin really hasn't fallen because of the ETF, right? There's a lot of hype around the ETF and people that are holding and believing in the ETF or ETFs. And that doesn't really necessarily create the largest impact for the altcoin market. It's just a trickle down effect that happens with it. So the ETF approval, the deadline in January 10th, right, will be big for Bitcoin. It should be big for the entire market, but definitely should be big for Bitcoin. XLM is at 25 cents after the Bitcoin ETF. You think what price is it at now? At least 50K Jasmy is a nice bag. Yeah, I think having a certain amount of Jasmy, we don't know exactly where Jasmy will be in the end. But we're hopeful that we'll see, newer things, newer developments. I did see some predictions, some price predictions with some math that really didn't line up with me, and I was trying to go through that math to see what the heck is going on there. But it was showing like more than a $10 price point, and I'm like, what are we talking about here? Like, as we're talking about the value of what it could be, yes, but I mean, I can't say that I necessarily see that level if we're talking about keeping the same supply. I definitely can't see that level. No sound. You might need to turn up. I have sound. You might need to turn up your or turn on your sound because there's sound coming out. Sound is fine. Oh, it's working now. Okay. Thoughts on ICP? Strong comeback this morning. I haven't taken a look at ICP yet. I've been looking a lot about the positions that I do have. Currently at $12.45. I don't know how far it did drop. So it looks like it dropped down to about $10 ish. So that's definitely a larger drop from where it was at $15. I mean, that had to have hurt, but you are seeing, again, a little bit of a push to where it's increasing over, I guess, what the starting point was, as well as what the highest point was before this dip. So that's great to see it at $12.31 right now. But it has risen quite a bit with no type of retracement. The only thing that I would say here is that you're seeing, it pass by or smoothly pass by this level. I guess this would be a major point to where you would see a little bit of a resistance, which would be 12.6. So watch out for that to see that a little bit of a pullback. But yeah, going from about $16 down to $10 hurts quite a bit because that's more than the 33% drop than what you want to see on a retracement. I typically want to see like 25 to 30%. And if I don't see that, I usually don't make that investment. I made a small investment into like Think this past weekend, or actually a couple of days ago. Might have been literally a full day ago. And that's not performing well at all. It's not performing well at all because it was at like 10 cents, I want to say. And now it's down to like 1 or 2 cents. So, and that's, those are speculative plays. Those are risky plays because they're meme plays. They're based off of hype and attention and support and all of these other things. And if you don't have like the exchanges, you're only relying on pancake swap volume. It was just not the best situation. However, still, when you look at the tokenomics, when you look at the when you look at the amount of supply that they do have, it just shows that if they can get stuff together, if you could see exchanges, if you could see more volume, that it could be something that's bigger, but you need money in order to do that. And I don't know what their cash flow situation is, whether they do have something to launch on some of these exchanges and, make people a lot of money in the end. I don't know, but my investment into that is not doing so hot. I mean, if I decided to buy more now, it could be something that picks up quite a bit. But if it doesn't have any type of hype behind it besides this first push, like, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? But it's not something that I risked a ton going into. I didn't buy literally the whole boat by purchasing into that position because I know I won't risk that. But again, currently you're seeing ICP at a level of $12.24. So yeah, $12.24. So it looks like it is, pulling back just a little bit. We might see that to where it does resist a little bit there. But again, when we look at the entire crypto market, Bitcoin is the thing that's really, kind of staying steady. Everything else, you're not really seeing stay steady. I mean, XRP was steady for a while, and the fact that it's down by 1.6%, is crazy because XRP has been very, very stable. And that's one of the positions that I bought during that part where I thought it was a low point, or definitely was a lower point, kind of a comeback, right? Wasn't the lowest point because I know XRP got down to about 51 cents, but I bought somewhere around the 55 cents or 56 cents level, and I'm down on this. Thought, yes, we would see this eventually push back up. We see the approvals for the ETFs, and then we see more hype and attention that's around the crypto market. However, we're not seeing that yet. I do think the crypto market will explode after the ETFs are approved, are money is being invested into there, right? Because when you see things that are falling this much on news or hype that's coming with the market, right? Adoption that's coming with the market, typically that means that you're going to see kind of a reverse pivot situation where it's decreasing the whole entire time, and then it gets to a point where now it's going to increase, right? And that would be, instead of a buy the rumor, sell the news, it would be kind of a sell the rumor, buy the news type of situation. So, what was the meeting the SEC is attending today at 8 a.m.? I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that at all. I got 12 inches of snow yesterday. Yeah, we got I don't know how much we got, but we got a little bit of snow. I ended up shoveling, and um Erica was actually shoveling. I think late, not late at night, but she was shoveling while Harper was playing in the snow. She was like, if I'm out here with her, I might as well do something. I was like, it's no point in doing that because it's still falling. There's no point in doing that. As soon as it stops falling, I will do it. And yeah, as soon as it stopped falling, I went out, did it, cleared everything up. Everything was fine. But yeah, there was a lot of snow. Everything is on fire sale right now, before everything explodes. I agree. What do you think about Fink coin? So again, I talked about Fink this weekend. I made a video on it. I was surprised to see the viewership within that. There was like 2.8K views, which honestly is a lot for something that I wouldn't say has no name, but definitely is newer to the scene, right? Um, we've seen it rise from a level of like I don't know, $100,000 market cap or something, or 200,000, up to a $2 million market cap, over 2 million. It was like 2.5, and then even further than that actually. But I ended up picking up some. I picked up like $40 or something like that, and then picked up a little bit more. So total was like maybe between 100 and 200. Um, but yeah, it ended up coming back. After that, I fell asleep, came back, and I don't know what it will be. It could be something. It might not be something. But it's a risky play that you get into, and until they get like exchanges and stuff like that, you never really know what's going to happen. So um, we will see. And also, how much pull or weight does it actually have? Um, after the ETF approvals, does it have any type of pull or push to it? Is it too close to the ETF approvals? Like I feel like that's a yes. So I don't know. It went up fast, pump, and then dump move. Pump and you're saying pump and dump move. I mean, typically you're going to see things that rise really fast. And when things rise fast, there's going to be a fall. It's just depending on where that fall is going to be. And I tend to take my eyes off the market at certain times in the day because I don't feel like, watching the market every second, but it is something where I do get alerts on my phone, and I wanted to even take the alerts off my phone because most of the things that I want to get into are more longer term. So no matter if Terra Luna Classic gets to a point where it drops or it gets to 0.0005. If it drops another zero, yes, that is a point to where I would take a little bit more of my profit because remember, I only invested $43. But most of them are short-term plays. Like it's not something where we're going to see hundreds of millions of dollars worth of a move in a few hours. I mean, it could happen with the crypto pump, but I know that I'm not looking for that right now. And then like there's other ones that I'm looking for billions of dollars of moves, like ADA or Solana or XRP. I'm looking for billions upon billions of dollars worth of a move, but then there are some short-term plays that I hope will be short-term, like Grok, where we may have, I have 1 million Grok now. I don't know if you know that, but I have 1 million, and I'm looking to take my initial investment at the 3 cent price level, right? Because then that gives me all of my investment back, as well as being able to be invested into that position with 600,000 coins, meaning that it gets to $1, I have $600,000. However, it might not get to that level. Guys, we have 230 people here. If you can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. I would really, really appreciate it. Also hit that subscribe button for more videos like this one. And if you guys want to check out any links, if you want to check out HG Access, I believe I have that link in the description as well. Yes, and I also have a link for Margex in the chat, which I don't know where I'm at for Margex. Currently, I'm up $9 or 20% on this. I'm up 9% on that. I'm up 3% on another position, and I am down on a few positions like heavily. If we go to this, like I'm down 24% on this position, which is technically $70. I'm down 47%. These are on like what I consider, blue chip cryptos, where it's like AVAX is at a current level of $33. And I invested at 36 and waiting for this to push up to a way higher level. It's a long-term leverage trade scenario. So I'm 5x on that. I'm 5x on this position, XRP, but I'm also up 467% on my Bitcoin trade, which was only like $18. So a majority of them are looking pretty good positively, but we can see that these two are not really looking great. Definitely looking, if we add everything together, looking more negative than positive. But the point is that this is a test, right? This is not anything to where I'm saying that this is a proven strategy. I'm not. This is a test because I want to test out different strategies. And sorry, I was reading something. And since I want to test out these strategies, what I want to do is invest into these plays at maybe a 5x and then see it where I'm using other people's money. I'm doing basically an 80-20 split where I'm using 20% of my money, 80% of their money, or sometimes it's 10% of my money and 90% of their money to gain these gains. And ultimately, I have a full liquidation price rather than getting to zero, but it gives me a higher opportunity to gain so much more as things do run. Is the ETF approved? No. From as far as I know, no. That's not the case right now. Hey, Matt, do you think when the ETF is approved, we will see a huge altcoin pump as well? So I think eventually we will. I think as soon as we see the approval, we will see Bitcoin that has reactions and then a trickle down effect to the rest of the market. But right now, obviously we're seeing Bitcoin that's moving in anticipation of this running. And then, and we're seeing altcoins that are not moving in the most positive direction. So, and I'm not saying Bitcoin is like moving where it's at $50,000 right now. But if we look at history within crypto, typically we see Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, history has shown it was Bitcoin, but now we're seeing Ethereum that's kind of falling into that same line where you see Bitcoin and Ethereum that run first. Then you see that trickle down effect. And the same thing's going to go for the ETF approvals where, you see money that's flowing into it in anticipation of that trickle down effect. And then you'll see the actual trickle down effect that goes into things like Solana and things like XRP. And I don't think XRP will have the biggest pump. It might be a kind of a late bloomer situation because of the litigation, but still you'll have money that flows in there. Any more information on the lockup? Not that I know of. No, not the amount or like when it will start. No information right now. But we will give you that information as we get it. You know, if I have a bunch of people that are looking into these sources for Jasmy coin to see these things happen, and if they do, they usually let me know what's going on. But yeah, guys, go ahead and check out Margex. Link to Margex is in the chat and in the description. Let's look at some things that are moving the most. Actually, let's scroll down here and look at the top 25. So Avalanche is down by 4%. Dogecoin down by 2. Wow, that's down below 8 cents. That's crazy. Polkadot down by 2.7%. ICP was actually up by 2.7%, but down by 8% for the last 7 days. The Shiba Inu is down as well, has that drop zero convincingly at that, or sorry, added zero, convincingly at that added zero level. Litecoin, we're also seeing that down about 2%. Cosmos down by 4 or 5%. I'm still holding on to that, but that's getting kind of progressively worse. But it's also creating maybe an opportunity to purchase it if you do have some cash flow. I don't really have any true cash flow. We do have or right now I have available cash flow. Injective is up by about 3%, up by 8% over the last 7 days. So it definitely still has been moving while everything else is falling. Let's look at anything that is moving rather than falling. So it looks like Stacks is up by 8%. ALX or AXL is up by about 7%. Injective, again, 3%. Internet Computer, 3%. Maker, 0.5%. And basically everything else is either up by, a fraction of a percent or being down in the top 100. So it doesn't look like, cryptocurrency is moving in the right direction right now. But we'll have to wait and see, which is a good thing. I always like seeing buying opportunities before any type of hype comes. I always love it. Testing strategies can be done paper trading. Testing strategies can be done paper trading, but it doesn't feel as real. So I typically do I test strategies with real money that I had gains with. So if I have any type of gains or referrals or something like that, I will do real tests with that. Typically, they've been working out, right? I had tests with, I went through a test on Kraken, and Kraken ended up returning back almost 3x. Right now, I think it's sitting closer to 2x because the market did come back. But still above $1,000 at like 1,100. But I like to test things with real money because it creates real emotions. When you do things with paper trading, typically in the stock market, I'll do that, right? I want to see how I would react and use real money in what I would invest. The issue is that you don't have many paper trading options in crypto. As far as I know, if you know of one, feel free to let me know. But I always test things I try to test things with real money that is like a gain that I did have. And typically I'm using $10 or $14 or $20 that I get liquidated from. The last liquidation was pretty extensive. It was like $50 that I started with. So I know what I'm trying to do within this, but I just don't know if this is the exact bottom, right? What we saw yesterday or last night was definitely a large drop for a lot of things. Solana hitting 84 cents, I believe, hitting a very low point, seeing, some others that are hitting low points as well. Bitcoin has always been up for me. This whole entire time I've been up like 300 or 400%. How much do you think we will reach this bull run? How much do I think, like the full market? definitely in the range of 5 to 10 trillion, and I hope that it goes a lot further than that, but definitely in the range of 5 to 10 trillion dollar market cap overall, because the last bull run that we saw, we ended up increasing to a 3 point, I think it was a 3.8, I want to say it was, or it might have been a $3 trillion market cap. Let's see if we can actually see what that was. I can't remember, because I know I invested at a middle point and ended up increasing, and I started dollar cost averaging down. So yeah, sorry, it was a $3 trillion market cap, borderline three. So I do believe that we're going to see it at a level between a three or a 2 to 3x over where we were, and depending on kind of the magnitude of this, depending on like what gets implemented within it and all the different things that do happen, we could see it surpass that level. But I'm definitely pushing for a 3 to 9 or 5 to 10 trillion dollar market cap, because I believe it's going to be, a 2x, which would be 6 trillion, or a 3x, which would be 9 trillion. So kind of falling within that range. And hopefully it can surpass that level, right? If it exceeds my expectations, I'll be excited. And I'm sure you will as well. Guys, we have 291 people here and we almost have 100 likes. So definitely take some time to hit that like button. And also, again, check out the link for Margex if you guys are interested in that. If we look at my Coinbase account, I'm currently sitting on 26,000. I was at 31 I was at 31. And if you didn't know, I ended up taking money out of, which I never do, right? I never, and when I say never, I mean now it's probably like 99% of the time, because there is a slight chance that I may do it, in the future or something, right? But that's only if I see a certain level that it's at. But let me go ahead and refresh this. So I ended up taking money out of Cardano, which honestly is a blue chip crypto. It's a crypto project that a lot of people have, a lot of belief in. I do as well. I had 10,000 Cardano and I saw the opportunity for my Cardano to reach maybe $50,000, a $5 price point, maybe even further than that, as we see, hundreds of billions versus the tens of billions of dollars worth of a market cap, right? So as I saw that, I was like, all right, $50,000 versus maybe what I believe Grok will be worth. I ended up putting money into Grok. I have 1 million Grok, and I said, if I bought 600,000 and that even increases to a certain level, and I can see Cardano that is still virtually around the same price, and I can buy back in and get 10,000 again for somewhere around that point, that would be amazing. Now, if I can't buy back in, that's fine. I won't do that. But if I can get the return from Grok and then still have a lot left on the table, like if I take 10,000, or I take 20,000, or however many I end up taking, 100. I think it was like 400,000 that I was going to take and leave 600,000 in there. I would have $12,000 that I end up getting at that $3 or 3 cent price point. If it does find a way to move back to that level. But again, that's pure speculation. That's pure, I believe that this is going to happen. It's not saying that you have to believe it as well, right? I'm super tired, guys. I was supposed to sleep, and I slept downstairs because Hayden spilled water on my side of the bed, and I was like, we got to give it time to dry, and if it doesn't dry, we'll use like the hair dryer to dry it up or something. But she spilled water on my side of the bed, and it was like slowly spilling for a full day. So it was all on my side. So I was like, all right, I have to sleep downstairs because I'm not sleeping in a wet bed. But I'm insanely tired because this cat kept meowing, and she was so loud. Like, I don't understand why she was meowing. It was just so loud. And she's usually downstairs. Like, she doesn't come upstairs. Emmy's upstairs, and Emmy would chase her out the room if she did. So yeah, it was just so loud that every single time I got into like a deep sleep, I felt like it was a deep sleep, she would meow right near my face. Like, she would sit right here, and then she would just meow super loud. And she's not doing it now. And I'm like, why don't you do it while I'm awake rather than while I'm sleeping? Like, I don't understand. Um, has she been spayed? Yeah, she's been spayed. Hey man, I started my channel yesterday, and thanks to you and many other YouTubers for giving me the inspiration to jump into and grab it by the horns. Yeah, I mean that's all you got to do. Congratulations on starting. I mean that's what it's all about. Starting and hitting that record button is what it's all about. It's so tough to take that leap. I know for a lot of people that I've been around that have told me, hey, I want to get started. What should I do? And they're like, oh, well, I want to get this and this and this right and this right. And I want to make sure everything looks good and everything looks perfect. And I have the right audio. And I saw, let me get this $500 microphone. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? You didn't even make a single dollar from YouTube yet. And you're talking about, let me get this microphone. Let me get all this other stuff when you've never been into that. Like, I understand if it's a passion. Like if it's a passion of yours and you like video creation and it's just all exciting to you, then yes, you're getting it out of the love for doing it. But um, if it's about like making money in any way, if it's about reaching an audience or whatever, you can do that with a smartphone and uploading directly from your phone. So BTC is pushing right now, is it? So yeah, it looks like my BTC investment is up by it's at 600%. I'm up $106, and this is on I think it's an $18 investment. So yeah, my BTC investment, which is a 99x, that's the only one that I have that's a 99x or more than 10x leverage, and it's at 99x, and I'm sitting at a 108, 109 dollars there, or 600% gain over what I did have. So that's phenomenal to see. I'm also up 25% for this position. Sol, $19, $13 for this position, which I'm up 29%, 25% for comp as well. I'm holding comp for a long time, and I want to see how that does play out. In especially with this, because technically, like I'm holding, I think one point. No, I'm holding a few quant because I'm holding a $164, which if I can do math, um, that's going to be somewhere over three. And that means that if this can find a way to get back to the $500 price point, I'll be up a significant amount with the three that I am holding. So, and the small amount that I invested, which was like, I don't know, $12 or something. I don't know what it was, but it was a small amount. But yeah, that's great to see that Bitcoin is moving. I'm up $112 on this position. That's a 99x leverage. Again, I don't expect anybody to go that route as well to have a 99x leverage or 100x leverage. But yeah, Bitcoin is at 45,000 right now, and it's up 2%. We're also seeing Ethereum that's up by 1%. Is anything else moving? We are seeing things that are starting to move in the last hour. XRP is up by 1%, or up 1% in the last hour. Ethereum up 1%, Bitcoin up 2% in the last hour. You're also seeing Cardano that has made a move up 1.6% in the last hour. Avalanche up 0.3, Dogecoin slightly up. What is moving the most in the last hour? It seems like Bitcoin would probably be that. Ordi is up by 4% in the last hour. Axie Infinity is up by 3% in the last hour. Um, uh, Terra Luna Classic is also up. Let me go ahead and check, see what's happening with the kids. Are both of them awake? I don't know if both of them are awake. I think just Harper's awake. Yeah, I think just Harper's awake, and that's a good thing. I don't know why she's up so early though. Like, she's got to go to school. I don't know why she would be up so early. Um, ETF approved. I haven't seen anything for that, but let's go ahead and bring back up, because now it's slightly below that $45,000 level. But let's see, you have 90% chances that the SEC could approve Bitcoin ETF by January 10th. That's an article we were talking about. Bitcoin ETF application filings get posted by major U.S. exchanges. Releasing them suggested confident the SEC will approve the first U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF soon. The U.S. spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds appear to be on the verge of launching after the exchanges that will list them filed amended documents suggesting that they expect U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approval in the coming days. The amend 19B-4 filing filed on behalf of BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, other issuers joined last month's amended S1 filings addressing feedback from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. More than a dozen applications hope to launch the first spot Bitcoin ETFs in the U.S. It's unlikely multiple issuers will be approved simultaneously. Individuals at two different issuers told CoinDesk on Thursday that their companies anticipate approval sometime next week. One of the individuals told CoinDesk that filing the amendments did not mean approvals were guaranteed, but said they were optimistic. The final deadline for the SEC action for at least one application, ARC21 shares, is January 10th, suggesting the regulator may approve all of the final applications it is comfortable with by that date. This filing is another important step towards uplisting the GBTC as a spot Bitcoin ETF. Grayscale spokeswoman Jen said in a statement referring to the company's Bitcoin trust that it wants to turn into an ETF. At Grayscale, we continue to work collaboratively with the SEC, and we remain ready to operate GBTC as an ETF upon receipt of regulatory approvals. Earlier Friday, Bloomberg reported that the SEC's commissioners were expected to vote on exchange ruling filings next week. The regulator agency needs to approve both 19B-4 filings and the S1 filings before the ETF can launch. That's one story. Let's see if I can find different stuff that's going on. So crypto news, see if there's anything brand new. I don't see anything brand new. This was 55 minutes ago. After Bitcoin ETF decision, U.S. debt announcement may be pivotal. So we might have some negative news because of the debt, or it might be positive, or it might be something that's compounding. I'm not sure. Guys, if you could, make sure you hit the like button. We have 353 people that are here and 129 likes. I would like to get to 300 likes. I would greatly appreciate it if you do get me there. Spot Bitcoin ETF issuer filing amended S1 applications, now awaiting SEC approval. Everything is set. It's up to Gary G. If they don't approve it, don't worry, I approve it. Just kidding. They will get sued by practically everyone. Probably, yeah. For manipulation, 100%. X would be blowing up if the ETFs were approved already. Yes, absolutely. I mean, Bitcoin is definitely making a move, but it might be because of. Do you think the Bitcoin's ETF will be approved? Yes, I do. Please, when exactly the crypto bull run will happen? Honestly, you can't 100% predict that. But we know it's going to be in the range of 2024, 2025, right? Where we see the peak point within that range. Just bought more HBAR, XRP, and ADA. Yeah, I keep buying more XRP. I just maybe, I don't know if I made a mistake or I don't know what, but I just released some of my ADA in order to buy Grok. And that's something I never do. to give up a blue chip cryptocurrency to invest into a meme play. Never do it. But I now can't say that I never do it. I hardly do it or rarely do it because I've done it once. Um, and so far I'm up a slight bit, but it's not it's not for right now. And I hope that things do run to a level of 3 cents again so that I can take my initial investment plus a lot of profit out and then throw that into another play. But again, this is my decision to do that. I'm not telling anybody else that they need to do it. So after Bitcoin ETF decision, the US debt announcement may be pivotal for crypto traders. The cryptocurrency market is squarely focused on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission decision on the spot Bitcoin ETF application due this week, perhaps rightfully so, as observers have long said an exchange traded fund investing directly into Bitcoin rather than futures tied to the cryptocurrency will unlock billions of dollars in investments from retail and institutional investors. And don't forget, like, we're looking at traditional investors rather than the standard, maybe trader or short-term or swing trader investor. We're talking about people that are going to hold on to these ETFs for a long period of time. And I hope we eventually get to a point to where these ETFs pay out dividends based on the APY that they have. So, like, say if you have a Ethereum and it's staked and you're gaining like a 4% APY, and the dividend that's being paid out within that is like a 1% or 2% dividend, that would be phenomenal. However, we don't really know that that's going to happen. Once that's out of the way, the next major event to watch out for could be the quarterly refinancing announcement from the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen department, due January 29th. So that's at the end of the month. With debt and deficit surging in the post-COVID world, a detailing of 3-month borrowing needs and the size and duration of bonds auctions have begun drawing more interest than usual. Don't forget, 17th of January, Coinbase versus the SEC. Is that a final decision, or is that just like a closed door meeting, or is that the start to the trial? Coinbase versus SEC. Blah 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 blah. News. Coinbase SEC in July. Okay, that's not what I wanted to know. Coinbase versus the SEC. 2 days ago, U.S. Securities and Exchange seeks to leverage Terraform Labs' win in Coinbase Binance dispute. Wow. Coinbase versus the SEC requests court to consider Terra ruling in the Coinbase suit. SEC leverage Terraform Labs. This is all 2 days ago, 3 days ago that they're trying to pull in that information. But yeah, that is something that we have to worry about here. Guys, we have 389 people. And like I said, I want to get to 200 likes. So definitely hit that like button. Also, if you guys want to start trading with Margex, feel free to trade with Margex. The link to Margex is in the description, where you can start trading with leverage if you want to. So if you have like $100, you can trade with 5x leverage and technically be trading with $500 and have 20% of your investment into the play, or the investment that you're taking out, being the investment there, but then you're also seeing 80% that goes through that's not your money, that you're making money off of someone else's money. So definitely check that out. The link to Margex is in the description. I really like the platform, not only for the leverage trading, but also, ouch, that hurt a lot. Ow. Not only for the leverage trading, but also for the actual charting and dynamic updating of the charts as you do change things. Now, they don't have a crazy amount of cryptocurrencies. Like, you're not going to find like Grok and Terra Luna Classic and some other things that are over there. You're going to see a lot of like blue chip, cryptocurrencies, but then also some that are sitting in the hundreds of millions of dollars worth of value, right? I'm currently trading Comp, and it's up by 34% or $5. And then I'm also trading some Caspa, which is up by 33% or $15. I'm also trading Sol, which is up by $26 or 34%. I have some losses here where I'm trading AVAX, which is up or down by 32%. My XRP is down by 17%, which is down by $48. So these are down significantly. But then you also have Bitcoin that's up by 660% off of my $18 investment. So definitely go ahead and check out ouches, right, when you get liquidated. So this is the thing, is that liquidation for this is different than any other liquidation that you have. So if you take a 5x return, you get liquidated at the price where you invested at. So not the price where you invested at, but the price like of what you invested. So if I invest $40 right into the play, and I'm not saying that you should go ahead and do this just to get liquidated, but if you invest $40 into the play, you're only at risk of losing that $40, not what's in your entire account, only that $40, which is really, really cool. Meaning that you have the chance to, you don't have the chance to completely destroy everything that you've done. You have a chance to live to fight another day in these situations. So that's something that I do really like about Margex, is that it's not like, hey, we're leveraging your entire account. You're only leveraging what you decide to put in. So this is the leverage, whatever you have here, to whatever you want to buy. So when you get liquidated, yes, it still does hurt if you put in $40 and you get that $40 taken from you, but it doesn't hurt as much as you putting in $40 and losing $4,000. Like that's where that ends up getting into a situation. And especially if you know 100% that the entire crypto market is going to move, investing at a 5x leverage or 10x leverage with a lower level, like, do you believe Solana is going to get back down to 77? It's possible, but what's the likelihood, right? As we see things that explode. Do you believe that XRP is going to get back down to 49 cents? There's a probability that that could happen. Do you believe that Bitcoin will get back down to 42? So you can find a way to profit from some of these things, to make money from some of these things. But, you know, it does open up a lot of risk, and you have to understand how to manage that risk. So that's something that I've been doing with Margex. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is to test like investing with other people's money and seeing how much I can make on investing with those other people's money, right? If I'm buying long and I believe in the crypto market to absolutely explode, when it does, everything that I'm investing in, no matter if it's just my money or it's included with everybody else's money, is going to explode as well. So if I can see comp get back to 500, then you know, or maybe even 900, you still buying CAS? I still have my Caspa that's sitting over an uphold. Yeah, uphold. Which should be sitting at like 1,100. I'm over break even point right now, I believe. What's the price of CAS? 10? Oh no, I'm a little bit below break even point. But I'm buying it short term, I'll definitely say that. I should unsubscribe to you. I've asked a question about 15 times and I'm not being replied to. Okay, so you can unsubscribe if you want to, because I'm not going to be pressured into I try to answer as many people as possible. And if there's going to be pressure in saying like, I've asked this 15 times, I'm going to unsubscribe, please unsubscribe if that's what it is, right? Because I try to get to questions and I want to get to everybody. I give everybody an equal shot, and I'm not going to sit here and just try and answer one person's question over and over again. So you can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to answer your question. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to. They picked up AVAX and XRP. Who picked up AVAX and XRP? Man, I just can't this morning. Why? Why can't you? Because things are looking kind of like things are looking great, but then they're not looking great. Some things are looking really bad. Bitcoin's looking really, really good, but then other things aren't really looking that great. But then in the last hour, everything has been picking up. It's like, Matt, any thoughts on Helium? Not many thoughts on Helium. I was thinking about, so HNT, I was always thinking about HNT where I wanted to mine HNT way back when it was like super popular to do so. And if you did that, Helium is at like a massive price compared to where it was previous to that. So if you held on to that Helium, there's a lot of people that were doing it just for profit to sell that Helium right away. But then there were also a lot of people that were doing it to hold on to. And if they did, they made a lot of money from mining Helium, from consistently mining it. Now, even with you seeing 71% of the supply that's there, and it was at much less supply because people were mining it consistently, you would have gained so much from that. I think there's still a lot of people that are gaining a decent amount from it, from mining this. And I believe you just put it like up in the corner of your room, and you end up mining some Helium and you make some money from it. But again, the people that did this from the beginning, they made a decent amount of money from it. But I don't know. I just never got into spending the money to do so. And honestly, I should have. But shoulda, coulda, wouldas is not going to help me. Now, when it comes to where the price can go, I believe that, you kind of look at the sky's the limit, but you kind of cap it at a certain level. So when I look at all like history of the price, this has been at this highest level, which was $8.60, which has come back recently. But like I said, for the people that have been, if I look at all history, for the people that have been mining it for a long time, right? If you were mining it here, obviously you made some money as it was up to here. But let's actually look at any type of dilution into it. So you're not really seeing major amounts of dilution within that. So yeah, seeing it at a $5.4 billion price point, I typically look at the newer bull market with a 2 to 3x over what the previous highs were, what the previous bull market was. So I would say let's look at like a 10 to 15 billion dollar market cap from where we are right now, which is less than $1 billion. So you're basically saying that this could possibly get to a level of a $5 or $6 billion market cap, right? So a 6x from where we are. And then also see a level to get to a 10 or 15 billion dollar market cap, which honestly could be a 15x from where we are here today. And you could see a lot further than that, honestly, depending on the hype and attention that comes behind it, right? But I know for a fact that some people that have Helium mining kits, and they've been making some decent money. Do you ever stop talking? No, not at all. That's usually my job, is to like talk. If I stopped, then that's not my job. So yeah, no, I don't stop talking. Now to explain this to you, I will need to spam the messages. Helium is good play. Sometimes we write a lot and then you don't read it. Oh, you read some random messages. This is what causes you to wait. You're using your stream. You aren't seeing all the messages. Yeah, I'm not going to see all the messages. I don't usually scroll up. So if the messages end up like getting to a certain point, especially when there's 400 plus people here, what I used to do is I would go to members only, to where only members and moderators can chat, meaning that I would be able to answer a lot of those messages, but also you would have a lot of missed messages to where people can't say anything. And when it does get to a level of like, 1,000 viewers, that's typically what I will do, is go to members only, as long as there are members within the chat. Matt, you're not being able to read. Why you aren't being able to read? What? Do you only push your plays or just altcoins? So do I only push my plays? I only talk about the plays that I'm invested into, because it shows my belief for the position. If I'm not invested into the position and I talk about it's an amazing position, why am I not in it? Right? Like that's kind of the way that I look at it. But I know there's a lot of people that will say the opposite, where it's like you're trying to pump your plays. Honestly, with my following, if I had maybe 5 million subscribers, then I can understand that. But having 200,000 subscribers and having 400 people that are watching, which I appreciate every single one of you. I can't say every single one. There's some people that just don't value being able to be in a live stream and talk to individuals within the chat, not only just me. But I do value all of the subscribers. Yeah, I can't influence a position that's worth $100 million or more. So there's nothing, or even honestly like $20 million or more. So it's not to influence any position. It's to talk about the positions that I truly like. Hi, Matt. You're doing a good job. Thank you. You should have you should have a list so we can see your favorites. I should have a list. I don't. I usually go through favorites here, but I don't even know if I have the favorites like fully updated on Coin Market Cap. But the ones that I'm invested into, like I can show you my portfolio. I have $26,000 in my portfolio, where I have XRP as my favorite within this portfolio. CRO is definitely my favorite overall. But then you have Terra Luna Classic that also I have a lot invested into. Jasmy Coin, Krill, Harvest Finance, Anchor, Teller, Cosmos. This position, which is ALCX, which is down 8%. Honestly, I think that's even a better price. And I was looking for an entry point within it so that I can actually double down and add more into it. So I might end up doing that today by adding another maybe $300, or sorry, 260, which would get me another 10. So yeah, I might have to add that, but I'll let the Patreon know if I'm actually doing that or not. Hi Matt, can you explain the difference between cross and isolated margin on Margex? By the way, thanks a bunch on Margex. So honestly, I don't know the answer to that because I've always used isolated. Um, that's a good thing to get out there. I felt like I had more control over my margin if I do have it isolated. Cross margin. Margin is shared between open positions with the same settlement currency. When needed, a position will draw more margin from the total account balance of the corresponding cryptocurrency to avoid liquidation. Isolated margin is assigned to a position is restricted to a certain amount. Okay, so if you use isolated margin, right? If you use cross margin, you'll basically be able to pull from your certain amount that's there, so it will continue to draw from there rather than have an isolated amount that you get liquidated from. So say if you put in $40, but you have a total of $100 in XRP, yes, it won't go outside that position, but what it will do is draw more from your XRP position in order to kind of make up for what is the losses that you did have there. So to kind of give you more leeway.
Leeds donated $5 through Super Chat. Hi Matt, can you explain the difference between cross and isolated margin on Margex?
By the way, thanks a bunch for Margex.
Yeah. Well, thank you for using my link. I do get a little bit of a kickback. They are a partner with the channel. But yeah, isolated or cross margin is basically using margin that's in your total balance for, like, say, XRP, while isolated is whatever you decide to select there. You're only using a specific amount and you can never go over that specific amount. Once you end up getting liquidated at that price, you get liquidated at that price and there's no more drawing from your balance. So I typically use isolated all the time. Like I said, it gives me that freedom to know that I'm automatically setting a major stop loss. No matter how much I have in XRP, no matter how much I have in Bitcoin, I'm setting, an isolated position. So that's what I'll say. Keep doing your thing, Matt. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Um, ARB, please. Is that Arbitrum? Can you check ARB? Yeah. Let's look at ARB. Let's look at Arbitrum. So I'm invested into this over on my Kraken portfolio. I don't have any on my Coinbase portfolio. I don't believe they on Coinbase. I believe they are. Yeah, I don't have any on my Coinbase portfolio, but I do like the position. I like the movement that we definitely experienced, seeing it at a $2.1 billion market cap, um, and also seeing, or sorry, the one thing that I didn't like about it when I was looking into this was the circulating supply, because you're seeing 12% of the entire circulating supply. So I didn't see this at a large long-term run, for me at least, because while you see it at a certain price now, the fully diluted market cap would be a $17 billion market cap. And obviously it's struggling holding the $2 billion market cap level. Not saying that it will forever, but it was at a $2 price point, which was a 2.6 or $2.7 billion market cap. So if we look at all history within this position, it really has run quite a bit from a $1 billion market cap up to a $2 billion market cap, where this was at a less than $1 price and, rose over that $2 price point, breaking above previous high levels, which still was in 2023. But again, it's the dilution for me that really just doesn't sit well. And that's why I don't have a larger position of it. I have a smaller position to where I invested in my Kraken portfolio to whatever I can gain within that. I will take out some of those gains and throw it back into the Kraken portfolio overall. Hey, Matt, you're on this HG access. It's HG access with this Alston guy who actually blocked because he was making scam airdrop videos on Lunatic. I'm extremely confused about that Austin, whether he is a scam or not. So from what I understand, he wasn't making those. From what I understand, I heard that they were using his image and likeness in order to do that, and it was a little bit of a problem. Let me make sure that the kids are awake or aren't awake. So everybody's good right now. But yeah, they were using his image from what I understood. But again, I didn't go deep into it. But yeah, I don't think that was the case. So I would have to get more clarity on that. But one, I haven't talked to him. I don't think I've ever actually had a conversation with him. I've had a conversation with Zach and basically everybody else that's there, but I haven't had a conversation with him at all. But I would say that I believe that was somebody using like AI in some to some extent. I think the bull market. I can't see that. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So let me go back here and let me go over here. Let me increase the size of the screen. All right, so guys, we did hit 200 likes, so thank you guys for getting me to that point. If you can continue to hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're poor, should be working 2 jobs. When I was, I wouldn't say I was poor, but when I didn't really have as much money, yeah, I was working 2 jobs and an internship actually, um, because I was a head chef. Um, and I know I was working with PSECU, which is a banking institution, as I was in college. So it was good, and I wanted to work at like the Giant that was down the street from my college campus. So the grocery store. Some people don't have Giants, so it's a grocery store. But yeah, I would always work as hard as I possibly could, um, in order to gain more money so that I could put more into not only investing but also just put some aside for certain things. When I was younger, I spent money kind of recklessly, and that's what kind of led me into, well, business led me into understanding budgeting and finance and credit cards and all that stuff, as well as investing. But Yeah. Once I understood that, I was like, yeah, I spent money recklessly, which I still don't spend money absolutely frugal. Like I'm not the most frugal person in the world, but yeah. Have you ever invested in Spell? No. I think I was close to doing that, but no, I haven't invested in Spell. I saw some opportunity within it and just no, I haven't made that move. But how did someone use AI post from his verified YouTube profile? That's what I'm confused about. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know about all of that stuff. Um, I saw I saw a conversation happen like kind of offline. I saw a conversation happen where people were saying that this happened, and then everybody in the comments were like, "This was AI," or "This was like something there," and I was like, "I don't understand that. I don't understand what happened," and the fact that I don't understand is kind of scary because if that's the case where they actually are using AI and hacking Twitters in order to use that AI to post to their verified. It might even not have been his verified YouTube channel. The crazy thing is that for me, there are 4 different accounts at all times that technically can pay for verification and then they end up scamming somebody. So I always warn people to make sure you check the tag or whatever it is, the Twitter tag, where it's Perry 8K, because people will put Perry 88K, they will put Perry 8KK, they will put Perry with an I instead of a Y. They just continue to make up different names and then take all of my posts, all of my images, retweet things that I do, which doesn't make sense. You're retweeting my posts and people like you can't catch that. Like not saying like people are dumb or anything, but if you go to their page, you can see that they're retweeting things that I'm actually saying, and it's like they're following me, but then they block me. So if they block me, I can't see what they're doing until somebody tags me in, whatever post that they did have. So if they had a post and they tag me in it, then I can see. I believe what? No, that's not true. If you put their whatever their tag is in a comment or in a post or whatever, and then also tag the real me, the real tag, then I can click on it and see that they blocked me and I can report it. But also Twitter made it very difficult to report things because every time I have to submit my ID, and I'm like, why don't you have my ID on file? I submitted it once. So, and then the one time I submitted it, they were like, you're not, no, this is not you. I was, what are you talking about? I am me. What do you want me to do? Make a video? And the crazy thing is that they do like, I can't remember exactly what I had to do the first time, but I decided to give up on that because they kept making me do it. And I'm like, why? Before Elon Musk had all these changes, I was able to block all of these channels, and like it's not making it more secure at all. It's just making it more difficult for me to report. So while you had 5 channels at once that were just taking my name and likeness and using my image to try and scam people, I would be able to get their accounts taken down pretty fast, right? Pretty quickly. But now it's like I can submit things and then they tell me that I'm not me, and then they still don't take down the other account. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? YouTube is a problem too, where people are trying to scam in the comment section and say how Kim Jansen has made you $17 million in the last week. And I'm like, I want to get these out of here. And as soon as I delete them, they come right back. I'm like, I'm not spending all my time on these comments, which I could hire somebody for that. But then it's like they're spending all of their time every single day, every single minute of every single day trying to take out some of these comments on these videos. It's honestly tiring. Am I AI? I don't even know. Am I AI right now? I don't know. Scammers are relentless. They are. Once they see they have success in any way, if they scam somebody for $1,000, no matter what they end up doing, they made up that money there, right? They scam somebody for $1,000 and they pay $8 or whatever it is for the YouTube verification check mark, and now it looks like they're me. and now they have another bit of leverage to scam more people, and it's honestly just tiring, and it bothers me, and I'm sure it bothers a lot of other people too. I'm his moderator. Yes, but are you AI though? Um, let's see. In the bull market, Matt, I'd love to see you on TV. Maybe CNN will invite you to talk about crypto. Probably not. Probably not. Um, I can't say they would. So there are other channels that have 2 million subscribers that they'll probably end up bringing on. Maybe if it gets to the point where Terra Luna Classic ends up making multiple millionaires and gets to a level of multiple dollars, and I've turned $43 into multiple millions, absolutely I probably will have a spot there. But anything besides that, no. There's everybody and their mom that are saying kind of the same things about the crypto market, is that they do believe the crypto market is going to make a move as the Bitcoin ETFs are approved, as we see this bull market that happens. And yeah, I don't think that's going to happen unless I pay for a spot, which I'm not doing. YouTube should be better at keeping the scammers out. They have the resources. Very, very true. And they make so much money from that, from YouTube. Actually, I don't like Indian food, nor do I like anything Indian. Not much of an Indian, if that's what you are thinking. Tell us why you've changed your tune to XRP overnight. So what do you mean? So in the beginning of investing into XRP, while XRP was involved in any type of litigation, and I knew that litigation was going on, I knew that we saw the movement and the fluctuation within the position, it was truly a day trade. There were so many opportunities to see the peaks and valleys within it, going from a level of $1 down to 60, back up to a level of $1, back down to 60, up to $1.80. It was like there was so much fluctuation that it was a day trader's dream to get into that position. And so many people were making a lot of money by doing that. I know because there were people that are close to me that have made a lot of money on XRP trades and have just religiously traded XRP, which I have never found the opportunity or the ability to completely do so, because I didn't understand day trading in the crypto market while they've been looking at that while I've been day trading in the stock market. So for them, day trading was it. Swing trading as well. You would be able to make so much money from XRP. Now that was while it was in litigation. As you see it get closer and closer to a time period where you'll see XRP that's rid of that litigation, rid of that stamp of being a security. Boom, that opens up the door to where now you can see Coinbase relisting it. And I said this. I said as soon as you see the ruling for XRP come back as not a security, Coinbase will relist it. And what did Coinbase do immediately? They relisted it. Kraken relisted it. That's just how that will go, because they wanted to follow suit. They wanted to fall in line with the SEC. And I said that as that time came along, and as I see the development and as I see the connections that Ripple is making, it opens your eyes to what it could be. Did I say it was never going to be anything? No, I never said it was. I never closed the door completely. That's just something that's not me. I don't close the door completely. I look at it and go, all right, this door is wide open. I have a chance to, see this thing flourish. And there's probably like a 1%, 2%, 5% chance for that to happen. That 5% chance can turn to 7%, 20%, whatever, because you had the door open. If people completely close it and they're like 100%, this will not get to this level, then you can't now increase the percentage because you have 0%. There was no scenario whatsoever that will lead to you seeing that price increase, right? which is something that really blows my mind when people say that like Terra Luna Classic will never get to $1 or never get to a value of 10 cents, and then they end up changing their tune. Like you're saying that it will 100% never get there, but then all of a sudden turn around and say that now there's a 10% chance. Guys, I know we have 400 people here, but I have to go ahead and get Harper ready for school. So I'll still be live if you want to stick around and talk amongst each other, but I will be back somewhere around 8:20, 8:25. And we will talk more cryptocurrency as we move along. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you use the link in the description for Margex if you want to start trading with Margex and trade with margin on leverage. Also, the link is in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. All right, we still have 130 people here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. Margix is a great, decent platform to day trade or swing trade on. Yes, it absolutely is. Um, my soul is a bit down, and Matic got liquidated earlier today, but it's okay. Your soul is a bit down, but Matic got liquidated a bit earlier. Yeah, it's so tough to pick the exact level to invest at. Um, I wonder what what I can't think of words right now. What level of leverage are you? So what X leverage were you at? Was it like 5x leverage, 10x leverage? Did you go 50x leverage? The one thing you won't want to do is get overly aggressive with things. There are some that you may have luck with like larger X leverages, but you also have no room for failure. You know, like this 99x leverage that's up 600% is not typical, right? But if you could find the right levels to get invested in those positions, find the lows, and make moves all the way up. So I'm expecting this to go up to 50, 60,000, and then go from there. So like if I have 60,000 where I want to sell this at, maybe 60,000 would be a 4,000% gain, and 4,000% gain on top of what I had, which is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, let's confirm that. We'll put that 60,000. And who really knows? I can continue on, and it all depends on where I want to make that move. And if I hold on to this, if this is a long-term play, and I believe Bitcoin is going to go to $100,000, then this would be massive, right? If it found a way to get to $100,000, that would be a 13,000% gain. So that would be amazing, right? Does Margex have Jasmy? They do not. No. They typically stay with cryptocurrencies that are kind of the first page. I don't know what she's doing. They typically stay within cryptocurrencies that are on the first page on the top 100. But they don't have Jasmy right now. Maybe it's something that I can suggest because I feel like Jasmy has a lot of volume and a lot of potential. And I definitely would trade Jasmy with leverage as well as look at the oh, I thought you were saying gotcha as in like, oh, they actually do have Jasmy. I'm gonna say, well, I didn't know that. But yeah, I would definitely trade Jasmy with leverage as well. Not only with the how much do I have? 7,000 there, or 4,000 that I invested, now up to like $5,000, $6,000. Thinking about trading it. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for short term, I mean, it definitely has some moves to it. It's just so difficult to trade it like on Coinbase. If you're trading a lot, then you may end up paying a lot in fees, and you always have to make up those fees. And you make up fees here, but the fees are definitely minuscule compared to the fees that you have in, let's say, Coinbase. When is the deadline? January 10th? Yes. Let's see what has happened since I was gone. So we're looking at a $1.66 trillion market cap. Up the overall market up 0.2%. Seeing Bitcoin at 45,000, Ethereum that's at about the 2,300 mark. Solana that's rising a bit in the last hour, but still down overall in the last 24 hours. Currently at 94 or $95. XRP that's also rising a slight bit in the last hour. It's at about 56 or almost 57 cents there. I got comp at the dip of 25. What do you think its potential is? Honestly, I think comp has a lot more potential than people think. I think that's another sleeper play that people will will kind of overlook, because you look at the amount that's in the circulating supply, you understand the potential of where it can actually go. So if I bring in comp here, based on where it has been, you know that it has so much more room for growth. And currently you're seeing a $388 million market cap, which again, if you're seeing comp at that level and it's trading on Margex, why can't Jasmy be trading on Margex, right? So anyways, you're seeing $48 million worth of volume. It is tradable on basically every platform, major exchanges, S-tier exchanges, tier one exchanges as well. So you have the ability to purchase it in all these different areas. If you look at all history, you've seen this get to a high of like $900. And honestly, for me, that's all I'm really looking for is these levels of like $400 or $500. And as it does get there, I'm up a significant amount because, I started with less than $100, with like $40 or something like that, and I'm doing like a 5x leverage or 8x leverage or 10x leverage or something. I can't remember exactly how much I truly started with, but yeah, I'm starting with a low leverage and I'm doing like a 10x leverage. So I'm looking for a lot more because I currently would hold three. About three and some change. And if it finds a way to get to a level of, close to $1,000 or even $500, that's 1,500 on an investment that was less than $40. Again, I don't know exactly how much it was, but I think it was very low. It might have been like $16 or $20. Never looked into compound. Yeah, I know. People tend to overlook it, and you look at all the history, you look at the total supply that it has, 10 billion or 10 million coins. Like, it definitely shows a lot of upside. At a value of $100, you're looking at or $1 is a $10 million market cap. At a value of $100, or at this point, it was at a $4.2 billion market cap. I believe it can go a 2x or 3x over that. However, I'm shooting for just right here. That's all I'm shooting for my short-term play that is here. Technically, it could be a long-term play as well, but that's what I'm shooting for there, which is around that $400 or $500 mark. And I will take out partial of that. It does look promising. What if the lockup isn't until next month or March? Yeah, I don't think that that's a problem. I wasn't expecting it to happen in January. I wasn't expecting it to happen in February. I'm expecting it to happen within this first quarter. So if it takes all the way until the end of the first quarter for us to see any type of lockup, that's something that I expected. I don't want to overdo expectations, and I hope I'm not by saying we could see 1 billion to 30 billion that ends up getting locked up. Obviously, you have the expected amount, 30 billion, which would be insane, to 1 billion, which is like, that's kind of standard, right? You're looking at less than 1% that's going to be locked up. I don't think that's accurate. That's 2%. I don't know why I was thinking about 1%. I didn't do math right. But that's my fault. Quick math, it'll always get you. Jasmy is a part of my portfolio too. Yeah, it's a big part of my portfolio. I like Jasmy, what they offer, the popularity within it. I like it. I can't get enough of it. Well, 1 million coins is enough. I know if I would have purchased it purely just at the level of 30% of a penny, yes, I could have bought 2 million because it would have been $6,000 to invest into that. Right now would be about $10,000 overall to get 2 million coins. Which honestly, I think there's promise within it. So I think it's kind of like, for me, a sure thing to see gains throughout it. So I would keep 1 million and then I would make money off of the other 1 million. So as we get closer and closer to 1 million or $1, which would be a $1 million level, the other 1 million would consistently sell at certain levels of 3 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever. And then again, I would make money off of that short term, but then the 1 million would still be sitting in there. So if I did have 2 million, that would be kind of the ideal play. because you would make money off of one of the million, and then the other million can just sit there for the long term. That's ideal. Matt, Litecoin is not very popular, but high on the list. What are your thoughts on Litecoin? I like LTC as well. I think there's a lot of people that just don't, uh, I guess, maybe believe in everything that they may have coming because of like what has happened in the past with Walmart and saying how they partnered with Walmart, and then Walmart had to clear that up and go, no, we're not partnering with you. So that situation kind of never left them, and that was like a major thing, to where it's not like somebody hacked their account and they lied. No, they lied. That was not something that was true. And it's like, what do we believe from here on out? Now when it comes to utility, it comes to movement, it comes to popularity, it still has potential. I had Litecoin for a while. I only had like 10, but in the bear market where I ran into some revenue issues, I sold Litecoin. That was like the first thing that I sold. It was never really a keeper play for me. It was just a gainer play, which I gained a little bit off of it. And honestly, I would have gained more if I would have sold at like 200. But I ended up gaining a very small amount from that Litecoin that I sold. I made money on LTC in 17. Kind of got me stuck on it. Yeah, I mean, if you make money from something, it's like, um, you look at it differently. You're like, this is a gainer. This is something that can make people money. I've made money from FarmCoin. I believe that's the case, that I will continue to make money from FarmCoin. Um, I've made money from Terra Luna Classic, and I believe that that will be the case as well, that I will make a large amount of money from Terra Luna Classic. Now, will it be millions of dollars? Maybe not. But I do believe that we will have the ability to get to a level of 1 cent. I believe that we will drop a zero, and we will resist from that level, but then we will eventually pass that level, and we will get to not only a $5 billion market cap, but a $10 billion market cap, and maybe even further than that. So I understand. I bought 21 Litecoin over the past 2 years. What's your dollar cost average? What's your cost basis? I mean, we have 202 people that are here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 272 likes, and let's see how many people are on X. I know when I typically leave, X kind of falls off quite a bit, but we're at 4 viewers on X. Thank you guys for watching, whoever is watching, as well as Rumble. We have 22 people that are watching on Rumble. Appreciate you guys a lot. If you haven't had a chance to check out the HG Access Patreon, where you get all these different updates. They have a lot of alpha plays, as well as different people that different YouTubers that are on the scene that will talk about different things, whether it's XRP, Bitcoin, Solana, AVAX, just blue chip cryptos, meme coins, standard altcoins, major movers, all that stuff. Like, we talk about everything. And we did have our first live stream, which I was a part of. I was happy to be a part of it. Didn't have everybody included in it, but it was great to be able to sit there and discuss certain things, whether it's altcoins or talking about what's our biggest play, as well as what we think about the market overall. It's just great to have that kind of explanation for anyone to see. So feel free to check out HG Access, where you can get access to a lot of different YouTubers, including me. But then you could also check out my personal Patreon, where you can get one-on-ones with me. You can communicate directly with me through Patreon, through the communities tab, communities chats, as well as the individual DMs, to where I do respond to those very frequently. So definitely check those things out as well. Never had snack, so I'm going to say no. So I never had snack. I don't have the ability to get snack, I don't believe. I don't know where it's standing at right now, though. So Snack is currently at an $87 million market cap. I believe that is a meme coin of the Cardano chain, right? So you're seeing basically all of the supply that's released. You do have Gate.io, BingX, MEXC, L Bank, I could probably get it on like Bitmart, but I don't have any money on Bitmart, so I'm probably won't do that. But it does show promise based on that right there. But then when you see ADA move, I'm sure you're going to see SNEC that also moves as well. I haven't heard of any other meme coin that's created on that chain, so I would assume that that's going to be the most popular thing. And I've seen so many comments about that. What is the fastest way to get info about the ETF decision? Honestly, I've been, going in and out, just trying to find different news sources, typing in crypto news, typing in Bitcoin ETF. I would probably say Twitter is the best way to do that. Yeah, someone said Twitter. What's up, Matt? What do you think? What do you think about Vchain? Oh, okay. I think Mom to the Max, you were gonna point to Twitter for Miguel, but you had a chat that came in before you typed it. So what do I think about VChain? I like VChain as well. I know a lot of other people that like VChain. I don't have it. I don't hold it, but it doesn't mean just because I don't hold it doesn't mean that it's not a good position. There's a lot of great positions that I want to be a part of, but I can't invest into everything. If I'm over diversified by too much, then I don't make anything from the play. I mean, technically I can make something, but I feel like I don't make as much if I'm not set on what this position can do or what this position can be. If we look at history of VChain, we can see so much upside for where it can go. Even while you compare it to the market cap, you're not seeing any form of dilution, and you're seeing all the supply that, or virtually all the supply that is introduced. $100 million worth of volume, 2.2, 2.3 billion-dollar market cap, and you've seen this up to a level where it's at a $16 billion market cap. So a lot of room for growth from where we are multiplied by two. You're looking at like an 8x up to this all-time high, as well as if you can see it reach past that all-time high, which a lot of people believe that all-time highs as we see new bull runs in crypto until we get to a point where we see stabilization, we're going to see a 2 to 3x over that all-time high there. Once we see stabilization, all of these like larger like bull run 2x's over that point, 3x's over that point might end up going out the window. So make sure you guys, what I'm telling people is find a place in the crypto market. It doesn't have to be everywhere that I am. It doesn't have to be, XRP. It doesn't have to be BTC. It could be whatever you feel is going to be the best mover within the market. It could be whatever you feel is going to have a major use case in the market. And I'm a big fan of XRP. I'm a big fan of CRO. I'm a big fan of Jasmy. So I hold all of those as kind of like top positions that are there. And some of the most that I've invested into a position. And then one big play that I've had that I put money into was Grok. $7,000 is how much I invested into that, which is Daisy. $7,000 is how much I invested into that, which is basically tied for the second most that I've invested into a play. Now I'm currently down on my Grok, down by like $2,000 because I invested with a cost basis of about 1 cent, and then I had 415,000. So then I added another $3,000 into it just recently. So I went from investing 4,000 to adding another 3,000, which gave me the total of $7,000 there. So if it does get back to a level of 1 cent, that would be $10,000, which would be because I currently have 1 million. So it would be a lot, and I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. I think my cost basis is somewhere around the now 70 something cent percent of a penny. It has to be probably somewhere around 71 or 72 percent of a penny. So once we see it break that point, I then break even, right? I then hit the $7,000 mark. And as it does increase every single percent of a penny it goes up, I end up increasing by $100. So if it goes to 56% of a penny, I'm at $5,600. If it goes to 59% of a penny, I'm at $5,900. So I can easily do that math. That's super quick math for you. That's why I always want 1 million or 100,000 or something like that. Daisy said, "Welcome to my show." That's basically what she said. Where's my 13 bucks? I mean, 1300. Why did I type Friday? I meant the 10th. What is March 15th deadline then? So there's other Bitcoin ETFs with different deadlines, right? So I believe this is a ARC 21 ETF that's approval. That's really the only one. They're saying that you may see approvals of multiples, but then there's also a very unlikely chance that all of them will get approved within that timeline, within this deadline. Because they're saying like if one's going to get approved, then all of them are going to get approved on the same time. But then there's also the opposite to that, playing devil's advocate, where it's like they don't typically approve that many at one time. So the 10th is a major point, and then in March is a major point as well. But you could see the approval happen anytime before it. That's the thing. Got a big bag of XRP and looking now for a second sweet bag to invest, and came by Vchain. We'll see. Thanks for your thoughts about Vchain. Yeah, no problem. Glad that I could help out in any way. I need to change my Coinbase to like dark mode because I hate the fact that it's on like light mode. It just bothers me so much. How do you even do that? Can't remember how to do it. I can go to, oh, there it is. I was gonna say I can go to Coinbase Advanced, which is always dark mode, but I finally found it. I finally found it. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to invest into and I wanted to make sure I had. Let me see where the price is right now. It's down by quite a bit. So it did fall really, really hard. Currently down by 6.4%. But I wanted to invest a little bit more into it by, let's see, go over here. I'm not going to say what it is because it's for the Patreon to know, not for you guys to know. But let me go ahead and find it. So make sure you guys hit that like button and hit the subscribe button for more of these videos. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. Buy preview. And I mean, I could just deposit the money and then I would have less of a fee, but it's a $4 fee right now. That's a little extensive, but I'll deal with it because I don't want to have to go the other route just for the sake of time. I'll pay $4 for the sake of time, which typically I won't, but just decided that I would go ahead and do that. So let me see what I do hold of that. Yeah, I like that position. What does suck, what's not really going my way is Teller. And I have a feeling that that's going to be more longer term. Like I said, I believe that that has a lot more potential from where it is right now. But seeing it at a $120 price is amazing to see. TRB and how far that has grown. So TRB being at a level of $121.90, I invested into this where I was trying to get in at 140, and I would have been happy at 140. I'm still happy where I am. I feel like it definitely has a lot of upside. It's just everything in the market really came back, so it was kind of bad timing, honestly. But either way, 121 is great. It's at a $300 million market cap, and we've seen in the last month, we've seen this up to a level where it got to a basically a $600 price point, or reaching a almost $1.5 billion market cap. I think you can easily get there again. and it only has 2.5 million coins in supply. So I definitely see some upside here, and where it's being traded, is basically everywhere. So I would expect this to make a larger move in the long term. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I need Teller and Grok. Yeah, I'm I'm hype about Grok, but I just hope that everything aligns with that, because if it does, then when you see a bull market and you see something that could have the popularity and does have popularity on Twitter right now of Grok, how far that can go. Like, you start to go, okay, can it really get to a $6.9 billion market cap? And then you realize that of what the popularity it did have and what popularity it will have. And you're like, yeah, $6.9 billion market cap is definitely a thing. But that's why I want to secure my initial investment, so that I can be very comfortable with the potentially $600,000 that I can gain from that. Because as it does move up, of course, I'm going to take some of these profits. I'll give you $1,000. Wait, I'll give you 1,000 grok if you take that Christmas tree down finally. It's January 8th. Come on, man. And I don't want 1,000 grok. I already got him. I already got 1,000,000. I'm not sure why. I typically take everything down. I literally took everything but that Christmas tree down um, on the 26th. So the day after Christmas, I took everything down but this Christmas tree. I love seeing the Christmas tree stay up past New Year's. Is that sarcasm? I don't know if that's sarcasm. I keep mine up till July. That's a long time. I mean, if it's a real tree, then it's dead. It's a lot of work. I enjoy it as long as I can. I hear you. Mine's coming down tomorrow. I was supposed to do it over the weekend. Yeah, my real tree came down, and then once I had a warm day, I despise the cold. So once I had a warm day, which was the day after Christmas, I was like, I'm taking the lights and everything down now, because I am not going out there in the cold taking those lights down. Um, that I don't want to be in the cold. I don't even like taking Harper to the bus stop, and it's literally right outside my house. So I'm like, I don't like the cold. You read it in a sarcastic way. Matt, help me with ideas. Investing around $700 today. Any suggestions? So I'm not going to tell you exactly what to invest into. I always like to go into a lot of the blue chip, cryptos, right? The XRPs of the world, the Solanas of the world, the Ethereum, even though you only get like partial of that. But the point is that you're getting something that you feel like has long-standing value, not only just based on a cryptocurrency, but also based on use, right? That's what I'm kind of dealing with. I never want to give anybody just suggestions, or because what people will do is they'll just take that suggestion as the truth. And I want people to make that move for themselves. Now, again, if I was looking to invest $700, it would be different than maybe other people looking to invest $700, right? Because I may have more already invested into some of these plays. Um, but you know, others may only have, maybe a couple $1,000 there to invest. So I like where Jasmy's price is. I like where XRP's price is. I really do. I also like where Kronos's price is. It's below 10 cents, as well as Caspa being around that below 11-cent level. So there's a lot of opportunity that's out there. Um, and yeah, I just can't wait to see all of them flourish. That's all I want. Any comments on the graph? So I have the graph. I have graph in my portfolio, my Kraken portfolio, which I continuously invest into. I feel like that's going to be a popular AI play. And it already is a popular AI play, but I feel like will be a lot more popular as time goes on, especially while we get more focused within this bull run. So every bull run, you have a certain place to where we focus on, right? Where the beginning stages were around, um, you had some gaming talks. You had more gaming talks this last bull run where you had metaverse that was included within it, and that's usually including gaming within the metaverse and all of that. So metaverse was a big deal. Now metaverse does continue to flow into this bull run, but I think this bull run's probably going to hover around AI and then also lead into the gaming sector, right? Where 2025 we may have GTA that involves some sort of cryptocurrency. We may have some EA games that involve cryptocurrency as well, and you may see a lot more like Xbox and PlayStation exclusive games that include a cryptocurrency. Popular games that people play over and over and over again and want skins and want all these other things that they could spend cryptocurrency for. That's what you're going to see. So, to not give you a drawn out question, I think AI is a great, or sorry, not AI, but I think the graph is a great play. And I will continue to invest more into it as I gain profits from my Kraken portfolio. Just watch The Simpsons price predictions. I mean, yeah, you'll find a lot of good ones there. They predict everything. They also say a lot of stuff though. So there's some things that haven't happened and people don't pay attention to that, but they pay attention to the things that do happen. And it's like spot on. Thanks for the answer. What do you think about Cardano? I also like Cardano. I just recently sold $3,000 worth of Cardano though, in order to pick up Grok. So Cardano may be limited to a certain degree, and that's something that I could say that I sort of don't like when you look at how high it is on the chain right now on the food chain. um, you see the market cap, which is I believe is sitting at like a $20 billion market cap. It definitely has a lot of potential, but like a 5x level from here is like expected, right? A 10x level from here is expected. What I'm looking for a lot of these short term plays is a lot more than just a 5x. But Cardano in the end, ADA in the end, as we see more things trickle down to the altcoin market, will be a major player. And I hope to have I hope to have that money back, like reinvested back into that before that does happen. If it doesn't, I still have $2,000 worth of Cardano. I have 4,000 ADA, which would be amazing. But it's not 10,000. My four new buys this week were Orca, Gold, Inspect, and Nadi or Nady. I don't know how to say that. I don't think I've looked into any of those. Maybe Orca, but not in depth. I'll definitely say that. HBAR, Lunic, FET, AGIX, Ocean, um, CFX, and XRP. True, it's just the beginning. H bar to $3.89. That would be amazing. I think I currently have like 100 H bar. Where's H bar? Oh, sorry, I have 1,000. Yeah, I have 2,000 H bar. So it gets to a $1 price point, which honestly I haven't checked. What's the? I believe H bar is around a $2 billion market cap, right? So a $1 price for this will be a $33 billion market cap. So seeing H bar at these levels of $3 will be a $99 billion market cap, meaning that you would need to see this above a $100 billion market cap in order to get to $3.89. And you're saying right after the ETF approval. I don't know about all that. I like H bar and all, but again, I'm not really a big, like the biggest H bar person. I have a little bit, a very small amount. Got to get ready for work, guys. Have a great day. And Matt and the viewers, well, I'm out. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna have to leave soon, probably after like 30 minutes. Um, I want to check how the like kind of the market's open. My head hurts just on the right side. Best way is to put money into Margex, lowest fees. So I've been transferring from Coinbase, and it hasn't been a ridiculous fee to transfer. Because if I have money that I put over there, I transfer over to Margex, which isn't expensive. And I believe if you buy on Margex, they have a fee. If you buy on MetaMask, you have a fee for buying on MetaMask as well as the fee for sending it over, especially if you're sending like Ethereum or USDT. So what I'll typically do is buy directly on Coinbase, buy USDT. I'll send that USDT over to Margex. Now, just be careful. There are people that have tried to send Solana, but you're sending like an ETH Solana and they only take native Solana. Or the same thing goes with like XRP, where they'll take, you can trade XRP directly on Coinbase on that network, and I believe you can trade on many different networks on Coinbase as well. It's just you have to send the right type of, Solana or the right type of cryptocurrency. So just be careful with that. But yeah, is this Margex? This isn't Margex. No, Margex is this right here. So um, it's a very simple to use platform, even though some people may think it's like overwhelming. Let's take this out. These are the positions that I have. So let's take this out and really.
Jackson donated $2 through Super Chat. Best ways to put money into Margex? Lowest fees?
So yeah, thank you for that super chat, by the way. But yeah, this is where we stand for like Margex. If you wanted to understand it, really it surrounds the chart and it surrounds the order book, right? Where if you order, I would always suggest using isolated margin, isolated leverage there, so that you only lose what you put in rather than lose everything else that's in that specific position. You just want to make it very easy so that you live to fight another day. If you make a mistake, you live to fight another day. You don't want to double down on those mistakes, and I know a lot of people that will, right? As they start to lose money, maybe they lose twice. I saw somebody do this where they lost $10 twice, and then they were like, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and throw all of this in here, and I don't care if it gets, if it completely pulls back. That's not the mindset you want to have, right? If you're trading, you stick to your strategy, right? Your profit to loss ratio should be, maybe 5 to 1. And if it's 5 to 1, that means you only want to lose 20% 5 times, and hopefully you can gain 100% 1 time. So you're losing at maximum $20 to gain potentially $100. So then if you are right, eventually, you have 5 chances to do so, 5 chances to be right. You know what I mean? And you can also play both sides on Margex. You can play on the buy side and you can play on the sell side, where if you feel like it's going to come back, you can sell the position, you can short the position and bet that it's going to come back. So it's very simple. You either buy, you either sell. And then you have certain positions that you can buy or that you can use as leverage for whatever position you have here. So you don't have to use XRP to, buy XRP. You can use comp to buy XRP, or you can use Solana to buy comp. Like, that's the things that you can do with that. I really like Margex as a platform. When this was brought to my attention, I was like, this is a no-brainer. This is the day trading platform that I've been looking for, because I've tried day trading with KuCoin. I've tried day trading with Gate.io. I've tried day trading with Coinbase, and that was a disaster. The only one I haven't done was Kraken, which I feel like Kraken does have cheap fees, so that might be an option. It's just their user interface is just not the best for their trading or their exchange, right? So their pro version, it's just not as user friendly, and I'm trying to put in different indicators and then dynamically update it, and it doesn't do that. So it's something that I wish that all exchanges had. Just playing Plinko with $50,000? Why would you do that? Or are you saying that I'm playing Plinko with $50,000? Because I'm not. I'm very tired. Again, I didn't get any sleep because of this cat. Okay. Then finish watching TV. Do you want that cheese that's there? Give me a second. Make sure this always stays closed. Okay. I'm gonna wipe this down. It's good. All right. Well, slowly eat that cheese. Don't eat it fast. I did so well on the space game once that you don't uh if you don't count my losses. Oh, got you. ICP is on fire right now. Do you guys, is there a word? Is there a word somewhere? Do you guys think it is a fake pump? I don't think ICP will see a fake pump. Let's see how it's moving. So it is up. I mean, it was down more than 30%. So you expected it to see that drop, but I didn't expect it to see that much of a drop. So the fact that it's over this point is definitely a good thing because it did like resist a little bit, but then pushed past it. And now you're looking for other major points, which I guess it's pushed past this point, which is a previous kind of low. And then now you're looking at where it is currently, and it's trying to jump up to about this point, which is about a 13.5 cent price. So look out for that as a little bit of resistance, but it's looking like it's breaking through every major point that you do have there. So it's still falling from where it was, but if you look at overall in the day, it's up by 8.5%. So that's fantastic. Again, the one thing I want to see is like I wake up and Grok has pushed in a major way. But there's always a chance that it continues to come back down, continues to fluctuate. You're only seeing $7.3 million worth of volume, but that's still $7.3 million worth of volume. With exchanges to where you don't really have any tier one exchanges. You only have 38 different exchanges that are there, which I believe yesterday was at 35. That's pairings. But yesterday you had 38 different places to like purchase it. And yeah, it just has for me so much upside. I can't wait until you see like major exchanges that are like multiple major exchanges that are tier one and S tier exchanges that are pushing this. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Bitcoin still sitting close to that $45,000 level. Anything moving aggressively in the top 100? So it looks like, yeah, it's still the same where it stacks, injective. It's also ICP. Vchain is moving a little bit. Algorand is moving just a little bit. I believe I put more money into Algorand over on my Kraken portfolio, which I probably want to bring up. Um, Also, guys, if you want to, give me a second. If you want to follow my Rumble account, please feel free to follow my Rumble account. We have a lot of people that are over there that watch over there. Thank you, Brian, for being over here. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing today? This lovely Monday morning. I'm doing pretty good. You review Cali Chain the other day. Did you buy into the pre-sale? Yeah, I did. I did want to bring that up because I did buy into the pre-sale. I did end up getting the coins on the platform. Daisy, you're just meowing right at me. I don't understand. I know you just want attention. I give you a lot. I give you a lot. I'm the only one that gives her attention because I'm the only one down here, and then Emmy chases her down here. So, anyways, what was I doing? Cali chain. I think I was trying to go into that. Let me see if I have a better way of getting to the website. I could just go to the Twitter account. Come on. Cali? Why am I typing it in there? What's my problem? Cali chain. Let's see. Let's go to Linktree. Their Linktree, and then we'll go to the website, and I'll see if I'm logged in. Here's the ICO. Yeah, so if I go over to the Cali Chain website, yeah, I currently have 2,142 Calis in my wallet, which I believe they're now at the final. They're at the fifth and final stage, which is currently each one is worth about 1.8 cents. And Daisy, come on, why are you doing that? But yeah, I got a little bit of it. I only bought, I think it was like four. I can't remember exactly how much it was. It was a low amount. I didn't buy a lot, like $30 or something. I try to test those because those are early, right? And I know you might want to put like 100, but I didn't have 100 at the time. Cryptocurrency is fake, like sports in Hollywood. That doesn't make any sense. At least for me, it doesn't. It's a great opinion. Why don't you just leave the live stream? We are here to discuss our investments in crypto. I'm thinking about going all in on Gala and Fetch.ai. Any thoughts on those, Matt? So I like Gala as a play, as a large gaming play that probably will have a huge presence within here. I don't know why she keeps meowing. It will have a huge presence within the crypto space, as well as Fetch.ai, but for different reasons. Obviously, Fetch being more of an AI project and Gala being a large gaming project, or and the impact that it would have there. So I believe that Gala eventually won't be. I don't know if it will be a major player within like popular games, but I do think it will have a presence in the space. I'm tired of this cat just meowing. She's so loud. Like my other cat was just not as loud. She was like, or he was very soft, very silent. And when he meowed, it was like you could barely hear it. I was like, that's what we need. And our dog doesn't bark unless somebody's at the door, yeah, or if she thinks somebody's at the door. But other than that, she doesn't make any type of noises. I'm like, we got lucky on the dog, but now we have this cat that just doesn't stop. People want a safer way to get into crypto. So the ETF has to happen, and people have already spoken. Yeah, I agree. 100%. People do want a safer way to get into crypto. There's a lot of traditionalists that don't understand the crypto market and go, is there any way that I could give you money and you can invest in crypto? And I'm like, no. Now I'm not going to take your money and invest it into cryptocurrency. Um, I wouldn't ask people to do that. I heard of somebody that was doing that and ended up not investing their money into cryptocurrency, which was crazy. He just took it for himself, but then told them they were having gains and they were seeing massive returns and all these other things, which is honestly just like, I don't know, it's shocking. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't end up doing that. And I also, like, I think the crypto market, people just want to find a safe place to invest, and traditionalists want to be able to do it with the things that they're comfortable with, which is ETFs, and that's understandable. I would like to do it as well. I wonder what the value of that position is going to be. It's not going to hover around the same price of Bitcoin, but what you will have is an ETF that functions around or flows around the growth of Bitcoin. So it may be like a $50 or $25 ETF to start with, and then you see that consistent growth over time, and over the next 10 years it goes from 25 to maybe like $70, um, which is great. Maybe the cat is hungry. No, she's not hungry. What cold storage wallet is the best for XRP? So I don't know that answer. I don't have any cold storage wallets. Um, so yeah. Yeah, the ETF is great, like the S&P 500, SNP, um, or and P 500. So yeah, I agree. In my dividend portfolio, like in my dividend portfolio, we're sitting at, trying to see where we are. We should be around the 10,000 mark. Like we officially hit the 10,000 mark. We're at 10,100, and we've been here for a long time. I've invested in this portfolio for about 2 months now. We hit the 10,000 mark after the year end, which I wanted to hit it before the year end, but we hit it after the year end, which, anyways, I was still happy with, to be able to even invest that much. So we have $10,000 in this dividend portfolio, to where if we look over the last 3 months, we're up 6% or $592. And that's consistently, right? There's a lot of other things that have been moving and fluctuating in the wrong ways, but when they are negative, they're negative slightly. When they're positive, you see the slight positivity within it, and it continues on that positive route for everything. And I want to invest into things that purely just have really a lot of upside. And you can see over to the right, some of these things may fluctuate more, like Walmart and Nike, but I don't have a lot into it. Or things like Coca-Cola, or there's another play that I have, like Ford is another one. But a lot of other ones are either REITs or ETFs. Like I'll have a, FDVV, which is a Fidelity High Dividend ETF, which is sitting at $42, and I have about $850 that's invested into it, which I'm receiving a decent dividend every single month. So I'll take that. But yeah, that's what people want, is consistency within that market. When you see more people that are investing into there, um, if you see more people that are invested into there, then you'll see that consistency that you really want to see. Um, Sorry, just petting this cat, which sounds like a euphemism for something, but um, I'm just petting her. Uh, my opinion, many people will make mistakes um, when the XRP train leaves. If they want to buy low and sell high, I think when the train leaves, it goes off course. Off course corrects, but Jesus, so much hair. Um, but risk, I think yours. So my opinion about XRP, I don't even know if I read that right. I read that in like so many different pieces, and the sentence was broken down a lot, um, or the paragraph was broken down a lot. But for me, I think you're right that people will make a lot of mistakes with XRP, and I think people underestimate the value of it, but then some people do still see it. I see the same people that still say like, oh, I don't think XRP will be anything, but then they have like a good $2,000 invested into it. And I've talked to them where they're like, XRP is not going to these levels, but I'm invested just in case. It's like if you're saying that it's 100% not going to get there, but you're invested in it and your investment includes a portion that gets to that level, then you believe it's going to get there at some point. Maybe you just want to play devil's advocate or just try and always be negative behind things, but I don't know. So for XRP, I truly think once things do leave the station, once you see the path in which it's going. So once you see like Ripple, there more like infiltration in some of these banks or more impact into some of these banking institutions. And then you see XRP on the sideline. Once you see the first like bank go, okay, XRP is a good option. Let's use that. Then you see everybody else that's starting to use that. And you see that trickle down effect. That's when you start to see the train rolling. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'll say. It's so tough to know exactly where something's going, but I think people will make mistakes in how high they think XRP will go, and they're going to sell everything at a level of $3, and they're going to see it's at a value of $10. And they're like, oh man, then it's at 20, and they're like, what did I do? And it's going to be at 50 and 100, and they're just going to be like scratching their head, and maybe they'll chase it and lose all of those gains. But I think people are going to make mistakes. I'm not going to make any mistakes. Whatever I sell is what I sell. Whatever's left over is what's going to be left over. But I hope that I can gather more by that time. But you never really know. Depends how much revenue I come into. Is that right, Daisy? Yeah, she says so. Um, so yeah, I think I'm pretty much cryptoed out right now. We have about probably like 10 minutes of the live stream left, just because I want it to be 3 hours long. But if we look at my positions that I do have here, I'm down 34% on this position, 21% on this position. I'm up 17% on comp, 16% on Caspa, 33% on Solana, and then 614% on BTC. So overall, I believe I should be up by basically whatever this difference is. So if we're looking at $2, $7, let's look at $10 there, 38 dollars or so. Maybe a little bit more because this doesn't add up to 100 and this is over 100. So either way, I have so much more room for growth, and I'm not stopping here just because it's up 38%. Typically, that's what we would do, but this is again a trial run to see how this does play out. But if you guys want to start trading with Margex, start trading on leverage, trading with 5x leverage to 100x leverage. If you want some information on leverage trading, we can always talk, offline, or even talk within the Discord group, talk within my Patreon, my personal Patreon. You can use mine, as well as there's a plethora of YouTubers that are on the HG Access Patreon. So if you want to check that out, feel free to check that out. So yeah, let me see what my Grok is doing. Let me go back here. Let me bring up this. And we'll look at Ethereum, the Ethereum chain. We'll see Grok. I'm currently sitting at $5,500. Yeah, $5,500 here. Let me bring this Up on screen, expanded view. So yeah, I currently have 1 million. Did you talk about XRP ETP already? I didn't. I saw some images on Twitter, but I didn't, I didn't really want to get into that because I want to see what's really happening. So no, I haven't talked about that yet. Best way to play XRP is buy whatever you want to hold, and make sure you always keep a bag for the long run. 100%. I agree. I think 1,000 or whatever I hold that's over like the 10,000 mark is probably what I would like to hold for the long term. But then I can make moves with 10,000 extra XRP there throughout time, until we get to a certain level. Maybe it's $10 or $20. But then as we grow above that, I have a lot more that's still sitting on the table that I can do with, right? I plan on dying with 1,000 XRP minimum. I mean, I don't know about that. Thanks for acknowledging me. No problem. No problem. Anybody has a question, I want to bring that question to light and answer that question, but it won't always happen. So since we have like 177 people, the chat is a little bit slower, so it's easier to get to some things. So I pretty much like have to get out of here. I want to give it 6 minutes, but I'm insanely tired, and I want to be able to like get, if I get a meal, because I haven't eaten anything this morning, which there's a lot of times where I intermittent fast, but I can tell you that it's been off and on ever since I made some banana pancakes and maybe like a week ago, and I made banana pancakes like 5 days ago, and then I made strawberry pancakes yesterday, and I was like, these things are great. I usually would make best place to buy Grok in the US, probably Uniswap or Bitmart. Uh, before you nap, before my nap, my midday nap, what about Moon River? Where is Moon River now? Because I know it was up to a way higher point. Why is that not coming up? It was up to a way higher point before. I ended up making a lot of money from that. It's currently at $24.85. I don't know where that was specifically. I think it might have been like $40. So $24.70. It was up to a high of, yeah, $40, $43. This only has 8 million in circulating supply. So it has a lot of upside. I know it was at a 200, or sorry, it was at a 300, almost $400 million market cap. I think, yeah, it has a lot of potential to increase and be worth something. I haven't checked into like the use case or why people are heavily investing into it, but probably because it is offered on a Binance, it is offered on a Kraken. You do have 41 other places to where you can purchase it. So it has an S tier exchange as well as tier one exchanges. So it's going to create a lot of volume within it. I currently have it again in my Kraken portfolio, which I was going to bring up and I'm not going to bring up now. So yeah, I think it's a good play. It does have an infinite amount of supply, so just be careful with that. But I haven't seen any additions to the total supply anytime soon. Leave the office about an hour after you get off. It's perfect for me. Before you nap. Oh, I read that. Steak sounds good. Steak sounds good. We're actually going to be going to, I don't know if it's overrated or whatever, but I've always grown up watching Hell's Kitchen, and we're going to Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen, and we're also going to see a comedy show that night. But that's in like February, so it's gonna be really fun to do that because I get to have around my area. You have no places that really offer risotto, and if they do, the risotto is not great. I'm a big fan of risotto. I love risotto. So they have a lobster risotto that I can't wait to try, and it's an appetizer, so I know it's not going to be like a lot of food, but I can't wait to try it. And then I'm probably going to go with like a good steak. You know, we're talking about food. I'm starving. Shib devs lied today yet? I haven't seen any lies, but I'm sure they will. Breakfast tacos are legit. You're not wrong. You know what I really like that I've always loved is a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. If you make it at home, like 10 times better. Get those little steaks, those like what's it called? Like a flat iron steak or something. To where you can cut it up, cook it where it has, I'm a fan of like medium steak, but I cook it a little bit more when it's in my breakfast sandwich because I don't want it to bleed over the eggs, so I cook it a little bit more. And then you add the egg, the fried egg, yeah, it's just I probably won't make that today because I don't have any steak. And it's 9:29, so I probably will just eat something quick. Besides Asian dishes, I find most things are better home cooked. Have you ever tried cooking some Asian food? I mean, if you can make it, I've made a lot of different foods, and yeah, they. I think anything really tastes good as a home cooked meal. That's why somebody will ask me, um, Erica will ask me like, "Oh, well, is this better than this?" And I'm like, um, "This food that you made is better than what I can get like anywhere else, right? Because it's home cooked. You have your own style to it, unless you just don't add seasoning at all, and it's just." But I think if you know how to cook, any meal can be really good. Homemade will be way better homemade than if you bought it in at a restaurant or something at a store. I would say not at a restaurant. Faster food restaurant. Not super fast, but faster food. You know what I mean? I use seasoning. I'm not that white. I just half. So yeah, I think sometimes people forget to use seasoning. Um, I've always told and honestly, I was shocked to know that when I went into Chef Allen's and I was cooking, no wonder why everybody liked my pasta a lot better. I always season the pasta itself before I put any sauce on it because you can put sauce on it and then you get those like bland noodles that just don't hold sauce. And if they don't hold sauce, then the noodle is like super bland, but it holds the seasoning. So you have to season the pasta. I always season it with Lowry seasoning. So if you're ever making like something, throw some seasoning on the pasta itself. Not too much, but enough to where it mixes in and you could taste it a little bit, and then it gives that pasta just a whole nother flavor. Um, Homemade green chili and with eggs is my favorite. Haven't had that. Erica makes a really good chili. She makes a really, really good chili. But yeah, look at me talking about food. All right, we've been live for 3 hours. I appreciate all you guys for being here. There's 334 likes. Remember, if you guys want to sign up for Margex, which is this platform where you can leverage trade if you want to. You can leverage trade 5x, 10x. You can buy all different types of positions like comp. You can buy Arbitrum if you want. I believe that's on here as well. ARB, let's see, ARB. Yeah, Arbitrum is on here if you want to trade that. There's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, and certain ones you could trade at certain X's of leverage. So Bitcoin is 100x, Dogecoin's 25x. XRP is 50x. So is Litecoin is at 50x. So you can see a lot of other positions that you could decide to trade on here. And I've been having some luck recently with the movement, but again, I'm looking for the longer term push of where this can go. I don't care if it does go down. I want to see it flourish in the long term, because right now we're at 43%, 12%, 18%, whatever. And I want to see that grow to tens of thousands of percent. That would be amazing. But, in due time. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.